You guys made it very clear to me in your comments on YouTube from my last video that you would enjoy seeing the way that I meal plan, how I grocery shop, how I eliminate the stress from that, and how I just make the process as simple as possible. And so today I would love to show you how I do my meal planning, my grocery shopping, in hopes that you can incorporate it into your lifestyle and make all of those things just as easy for you. Okay, this is my binder, and I don't have any stickers or pictures or anything like that on here. I keep it very, very simple. I just find that any kind of planning that I am doing, if I add those kinds of things to it, I tend to forget what the actual purpose is of that planning system, and I get a little bit more sidetracked trying to make it cute and matchy-matchy and the whole thing. So mine is so simple. I just have a meal plan and lists label on the side. And even my labels in here are white and plain so that I can see exactly what I need to see. So as you can see, I have weekly labels, and then I have labels that say list, and then I have one up here that says on hand. I just want to say, friends, as you're starting to watch this, it's going to be very overwhelming for some of you right off, and I want you to stay with me. This is going to be the easiest planning system ever, but it very much goes into what I say as far as put a little bit of extra work in the beginning to eliminate a whole lot of stress in the end. So just please, please, please stay with me. I promise this will absolutely change your mindset for meal planning, and you will literally never have to think about it again. This entire binder lasts me for an entire year. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh my word, you feed your family the same meals every week and all of that. No, so I have a different thing on each day, and we eat those things 12 times a year. Some of them don't even get eaten 12 times a year because you've got months like April, July, October, and December that have 5 weeks. So this whole entire list right here only gets eaten 4 times because it only falls on these months. So as I'm going through here, I'll start out with this page. This is my entire monthly, if you will, meal plan. I've got something different on every day. I have added in the things that I know I'm not necessarily going to have to cook for, or that tend to change. So we host a Bible study every Wednesday night at our house, and we do soup, salad, bread, dessert. And so for me, depending on what I sign up to bring that week, this is always going to change. So I specifically put this here so that I know I do not have to plan a meal for my entire family on that day. On Fridays, we host what we call Gathered. My husband and I came up with that. We host about 20 to 25 kids every Friday night to kind of bring in our Sabbath and fellowship together. The kids hang out, they swim, what else do? They do the golf cart, they play games, just a whole thing. And we have haystacks or taco salad. It's the same thing, but we call them haystacks. And so this is always going to change for me also, because depending on what I need to supplement, because people bring things and then I kind of add to what hasn't been signed up for. So this is always going to change. So I have my whole entire month list right here. I can just glance at it and see what we're going to have. And then on these 2 sheets here, I have it broken down into week 1 and week 2. So here is everything that we're having for week 1, everything that we're having for week 2, and then I have my breakfasts and my lunches listed as well. If you've been following me very long, you know that we have something different every day for breakfast, and my kids take something different every day for lunch, but it's the same every day of the week. Friends, I cannot express to you how important it is to decide one time. I have decided one time that on Mondays, my kids are going to eat waffles and eggs. Tuesdays, muffins and links. Wednesdays, breakfast burritos, which I make ahead and freeze. All of this I make ahead and freeze. Because again, friends, I don't want to work harder. I want to work smarter. And so then on every day, they get something different. So it's not like, oh, we're having cereal again or toast again, or like, you know how it is. And then for lunches, we don't do hot lunch because I'm cheap. And so we just kind of do our own hot lunch, and every day of the week, they get something different. So Monday, they get sandwiches or wraps with fruit and chips. Tuesdays, they get soup, which if you watched my video on Tuesday, I make soup on Monday nights and I make extra. So they take that soup on Tuesday with pita bread and carrot sticks. On Wednesday, they take mac and cheese with peas and fruit. Thursday, veggie burgers, which I make ahead and freeze, and chips. And then Friday, we get this amazing ramen that they love from Costco. And I just cook it up here in the morning, put it in their thermos. They take that with carrot sticks. They can add any kind of like brownie or cookie or whatever for their dessert. And then a granola bar if they want to. For Christian, he has cross country like directly after school, so he kind of likes to do that so that he can eat something before he has to start running. And then on the back side, I have week 3 and week 4, and still the same thing. That way, when I glance at it, when it's flipped over, I can see these things as well. All right, so that is kind of my base. What I will say over here for week 5, and again, I just have it labeled according to the 4 months that this line is going to get used, but this is kind of my thought process. On Sundays, we do a crock pot protein. That's hard to say. And then on Monday, we do crock pot, which this is my soup that the kids take Tuesdays. Tuesday, we do an oven recipe. Wednesdays, a stove recipe. Thursdays, a bowl meal. Friday is our gathered, and so that's like taco salad type stuff. Saturday is either a type of pizza or something on a bun. This Wednesday right here, because of our small group stove, a lot of times I will do soup just because it's at our house. It's easier for me to do. People don't have to like tote soup across town. So that's why it says that. In my on-hand section here, these are the things that I always keep on hand. This is the stuff that I go through, I look, I make sure that we have. These are the approved snacks from my kids that I had them write down that they would eat. I got so sick and tired of seeing chips everywhere, just because it's not healthy, and I'm sorry, but as a teenager, like, you go through that hormone stuff, and it's kind of, you know, you are what you eat, and the pores and the acne and the whole thing. So in an effort to be a little bit healthier, I had them pick out different things that they would actually eat if I bought them. That way I wasn't pushing my agenda onto them and forcing them to eat things that I thought they should eat or would want to eat, because that's just a whole entire waste of money in the end. And again, I'm cheap. So carrots and ranch, chips and salsa, wraps with egg salad. I make the egg salad on Sunday, leave it in the fridge. They can do that if they want to. A lot of times I will actually have that as my lunch, just because it's ready and I don't have to think about it, which goes back to the decide once thing. Yogurt with M&Ms, because if that's what gets us to eat yogurt and protein, then you know what? Whatever. I had to wash my hands of that, friends. Smoothie, Uncrustables, which I home make these and put them in the freezer. Super, super easy. If you want me to show you a video on how I do these, the Uncrustables, I would be happy to. Pigs in a blanket, I make these on Sunday as well and keep them in the refrigerator. Crackers with cheese and chicken. This is just like lunch meat right here. Pretzels with cheese. This is the frozen pretzels. They take them out, warm them up for, I think it's like 30 seconds. Dip them in cheese. Pita with tzatziki sauce and Skinny Pop. Apparently, Skinny Pop was just too hard for me to type out. Okay, so then I have them separated down here according to how I need to find them. Friends, I haven't been in a grocery store in like 5 years to actually grocery shop. I will run in for last minute things, which usually consists of a Target drive-up pickup. It has eliminated so much impulse buy, especially at Target and Walmart, but it's just not necessary. Like, I have this system here. I should be able to get the things that I need quickly. I do Instacart, or I do drive up at the grocery store. The reason that I absolutely swear by that is that I can go back and forth and I can... Is she done? I think so. Nope. What I was saying was I can go on and I can type in, say, carrots, and I can see all of the different brands, the different prices, the ones that are on sale. I can go back and forth to different stores on Instacart, and I can see where they are the cheapest, which saves me tons of money because I either get produce from Hy-Vee, because I'm in the Midwest, so that's a big grocery store here, or Aldi. And so I can go back and forth between the two and know that pretty much those two places are where I'm going to get the majority of my groceries. And so I can just go back and forth and see where it's cheaper. And like I said, it saves me tons of money. So all of these things, here's my produce. These are all of the things that I keep on hand that either go along with the snacks or the lunches or the breakfasts. That's kind of what all this is. The breads, these are all the things I need. Middle, so what this means is like your middle section of the grocery store, like your condiments, your cans, your broths, things like that. Coffee, thank you, Jesus. Meat, your frozen section, your dairy section, all of your drinks. My kids take, they love Zevia. So do I, actually. So this is a drink that is made with stevia. There's no artificial flavor because stevia is actually natural. It's a natural sugar. There's no other kinds of horrific sugars in there, and it's healthy. It makes me feel like an amazing mom. And it makes me not feel guilty if I drink it myself. So if you haven't tried Zevia, it comes in all different kinds of flavors. There's like a Coca-Cola flavor if you're into that. My kids love the root beer. There's a Sprite flavor. Chloe really likes the kids' fruit punch, but I haven't been able to find that since after the COVID. So I don't know if they're bringing that back or not. So she does white Gatorade instead, which is the cherry flavor, which I haven't been able to find that for 3 weeks now. Crazy times, friends. Premier Protein, we get this from Costco, which I'm just now seeing I spelled incorrectly, which now that's going to annoy me the whole time we're on this page. But it's fine. It's fine, friends. Premier Protein is also hard to say. Christian drinks this stuff every morning on the way to school. He is 15, growing, and it just, apparently he's hungry after breakfast, and so he drinks that on the way to school, and it tides him over until lunchtime. And then electrolyte packets. All of these things are horrendous to say on camera. I get these from Amazon. They put them in their water when they run, especially when it's really hot. Christian kind of suffers from, I don't know what it's called, if it's even called something, But if he gets really, really hot and exerts like a ton of energy, that makes him sound lazy, but I think you know what I mean, like running and climbing and all of that kind of thing. If it's really hot, he will get a headache and get nauseous and sometimes throw up. And so just making sure that he has a lot of electrolytes in his system. This has been a game changer. He hasn't had any issues in like a year and a half by using these. So if you're interested, I can put the link down below and let you know. So just comment if that's something you want to have information on. And then lastly, baking and spices. These are pretty much all of the things that I keep on hand. Again, friends, everything in this book are basically like 12 ingredients. I don't grab fancy recipes all the time. I don't buy things that I'm never going to use again. I just don't. It's such a waste of money, space, thought. And so again, all of these recipes pretty much have the same ingredients. Again, decide once, friends. And then over here, paper storage. These are all the things I keep on hand. Cleaning and laundry. So these are for Sam, deodorant, toothpaste, all the things. And then I have another list in my actual binder of decide once products that we just continue to buy. I don't buy different kinds of shampoo all the time. Hold tight. Okay, we're done. I don't buy different kinds of shampoos or lotion or, oh, I really want to try that. I just don't do that. I had to, again, just wave goodbye to that crazy. So I buy the same thing all the time unless it goes out of stock. Not out of stock, but like discontinued. Batteries, these are just things to remind myself to make sure that I have. And that's that list. So then as we move into the weeks, this is week 1. And I'll just kind of go over this. I'm not going to go through every single week because, I mean, that would take forever. And you guys don't have time to sit here through that. But I will show you the process so that you can get a good idea. So on week 1 at the top, I have listed out all of our suppers. Again, it's the same thing from that original sheet that just shows it as a big overview. These are all of our things: barbecue chicken, Brussels sprouts, tortilla soup, pot pie. We eat this with, I can't even think of what it's called, cottage cheese. And then burrito bowls, homemade pizza. As you can see, friends, there's not a lot on here, yet we all get fed and we are all full. I don't feel like I have to have a side for every single meal. For my barbecue chicken, I have Brussels sprouts. And if I'm feeling bougie, I will throw in some coleslaw and we just call it a day. Don't make it so hard for yourself that then you just don't do it. Because, again, it's not worth it. You've bought the food. It goes to waste because you're like, seriously, it's going to take me 2 hours and 37 minutes to make supper. And nobody wants to do that. So make it healthy, make it filling, and just throw the rest aside. So down here, these are all of the ingredients that I am going to need for this entire week of recipes, okay? So I have my produce right here. These are all the things that I need from produce. I don't need any bread that day for these meals, okay? Stay with me. This page is just for the weekly meals. And then over here, these are all the middle section things, all the canned stuff, broths, everything. And I also combine all of the numbers. That way I know that in total, I'm going to need 7 cups of chicken broth. That way I don't look at that and think, oh, I just need a container of chicken broth. And then I go to make something and I'm like, well, this is going to be dry. So just add up all of your stuff for the entire week. All of my meats that I'm going to use. Also, you know, I add these up as well. So make sure that if you're making something that has chicken breast twice in 1 week, that you have the accurate amount that you're going to need. And then over here, I've got all my frozen things, all of my dairy, my spices, which obviously I don't buy these every week, but I need these so I can just easily go to the drawer, make sure that I'm not out of something. And same goes for baking. And then on the back side of that is pretty much the same thought process, except for these are the lunches and snacks and breakfasts. And I have them separated as well. That way I can look at it, know exactly what I need. And then all the snacks that I showed you before. And then this section right here, all of these things, produce, bread, middle meat, it's literally the same layout. These are all of the things that I need to have on hand for that week for breakfast, lunch, and snack. So I literally don't write down a grocery list unless it's like stuff that people have, you know, popped up over here on my wall. Unless, you know, they've written something right there. I don't have to ever think about it. I just come in here and I do it. The other thing, friends, that is an absolute must, print off all of your recipes. I do not keep cookbooks anymore. I don't buy cookbooks. It was just very overwhelming for me. It made me feel like if I wasn't cooking out of that cookbook, that I wasn't doing a good job, that I wasn't, you know, cooking healthfully, that I wasn't making these amazing meals for my family. Friends, that stuff, it's got to go. We have to let that stuff go. If you love cooking like that and have the time for that, I think that's amazing. You know, someday in my life, I will have the time to do that. And that'll be exciting. But right now, this is not the season for that. And so you just have to take season by season and just finagle it and work it around to work for you. So here I have all of the recipes that go with this week that we just went over. So I've got my chicken, coleslaw for if I'm feeling bougie, the Brussels sprouts, and these are just all recipes that I have found and printed off, or family recipes. Chicken tortillas soup, which you saw on Tuesday. Last night we had chicken pot pie. This is one of my family favorites. The kids love this. It's what they ask for on their birthday, the whole thing. Sam makes fun of me. He's like, did you really need a piece of paper to tell you that you had a Bible study? But yes, I did, actually. Because what this does is this shows me exactly what's going on and I don't have to think about it. So I know that I need to make sure that I know that I order what I sign up for, so that I can have that, and that I need to have all of these things in stock in my home for Wednesday nights. Chicken burrito bowls, again, gathered. Same thing. I need to know what I automatically provide, what I need to supplement, and have this stuff on hand as well. And then on this Saturday night, we are going to have homemade pizza. I hope that you have stuck with me all the way here to the end, because this system, not to toot my own horn at all, but this is amazing, and it will literally change your whole entire feeling towards your kitchen or feeling towards meal planning. Just your whole mindset will be different around meal planning and cooking and all of that. I got to the point where I absolutely hated it. I despised it. I was trying so hard to do what everybody did on Pinterest or Instagram or whatever. And, you know, finally I was like, this is insane. I don't even know those people. So, anyhow, even in the back, I have my breakfast burritos that I make and freeze. That way I don't have to go searching or looking or anything. This is our Veggie-Burger recipe that I make and freeze. It says can. This was my grandma's old recipe. This I actually use just like Boca Burger or that Gardein meatless crumbles, I think it's called. And so, yeah, I mean, this is literally everything that I need for the entire year. And I haven't changed it out yet. So I mean, we could use this for 2, 4, 7 years. Who cares? As long as everybody's happy and everybody likes what we're eating, don't fix what's not broken just because somebody else is doing something different. It doesn't mean that what you're doing is wrong. Make every bit of your processes work for you. You're not creating them for other people. So just remember that. It's easy for us to forget about that when we see stuff on Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook. Those people don't live in your house. Just you and your people need to do all of this, okay? So just a little public service announcement. So that's my book, friends. I hope that you stuck here till the end and that you can implement this into your life. I really think that it will serve you well. Again, a little bit of extra work in the beginning for a whole lot less stress in the end. I would absolutely love to hear those of you who do this, who take the jump and put a system like this together. You can find me on Instagram. Go over there, tag me, show me your process. Who knows, maybe some of you are already doing this, which is amazing. Tag me over there and I will share it and show our community, because it takes a village to raise an adult, friends. And if we know that we are all in the same boat together, it makes it a whole lot more fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you were able to just take some bits and pieces from the way that I do things and incorporate them into your kitchens and your households, to just eliminate a little bit of the stress that tends to just automatically come along with meal planning. If you guys would like to see other videos, put them in the comments down below. I'm always looking for new inspiration. I have a lot of fall videos coming up, but I am always more than open to hearing what you guys want me to show you. I've always said what you guys want to see is what I want to film, because otherwise it's just kind of a waste of time for both of us. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Be intentional about the life that you want to live, and allow the space between where you are at and where you want to be to inspire you, not terrify you. Bye-bye.